back to another week's episode in the kitchen. This week we're doing one of my favorite cookies, oatmeal cookie, but instead of doing a raisin, we're doing kind of a twist on it. We're doing a apple cinnamon oatmeal cookie. So let me get everything together and we'll be back in just a bit. So we start off with 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. You'll go ahead and take a teaspoon of salt or half teaspoon of salt, throw that in there. About a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of pumpkin pie spice, or you can just use cinnamon if you want. Throw that in there. And then about a teaspoon of baking soda. Let me get the spoon out. And you'll want to give that a good mix. Give it a good blend, make sure it's all well incorporated within itself. And put that off to the side. You're going to take your larger mixing bowl, put a cup of sugar, a pat cup of brown sugar. I'm going to go ahead and mix that together. Make sure that's well mixed. And then what we want to do, I've had this out softening. Take a cup of butter. Go ahead and throw that in there. What I'm going to do is have to really stir this for a while to let it break down and mix it into the sugar. If you have an electric beater, that'll be better, which I do not, so I'll have to actually do this by hand. So this may take me a while, so we'll be right back when I'm done. I want to try to mix this until it's fluffy. So we'll be back in a little while. Alright, after about 10 minutes or so, I just got an icing spatula and basically just keep chopping at it until it's all well mixed. Kind of want it as smooth as you can. We're going to want to start mixing in the egg one at a time until you get the eggs incorporated. Start with the first one. That's my hand. We'll go ahead and mix that in. Just basically keep folding it until the egg is fully mixed into the sugar mix. I'm not a fan of letting anybody lick the bowl if it's a raw egg mixture. So we'll try to use everything up so there's nothing left to lick out of the bowl. This will take a while. Let me go ahead and just keep doing this until I get well mixed. And until we get the second egg mixed in. So we'll be back in just a bit. I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't push the record button yet. What I've done was added a teaspoon of vanilla extract to the wet mix. And I put in probably about a third of the flour mix. And I'm starting to try to mix it into the batter. You don't want to throw all the dry mix in there at once. You want to make sure you put in a little bit at a time. The next third. It's a lot easier mixed now that you put the 2 eggs in there. It's a little runnier, a little loose. Can't really say what you call it, but the viscosity is softened to where it's easier to mix. And also with the constant mixing, you're breaking down the butter a lot more. So it's a lot easier. But try to incorporate the flour mixture in as much as possible. Keep scraping it off the bottom and off the sides as much as you can. And once the flour mixture kind of disappears into the wet mixture there, throw in your some more of the flour mixture. So we're done with that. Give that a good stir. Try not to push the flour out of the bowl. It's actually starting to become a little tougher to stir here once the batter stiffens up. I'm using a reinforced spatula that has a metal rod on the inside of it. You may not want to use just a regular cheap spatula because it will tear apart. Your best bet is to use a large serving spoon or something like that. So yeah, definitely a lot thicker than what it was a moment ago. Yeah, and I still have to incorporate the oatmeal. Alright, as I said earlier, this will be an apple cinnamon oatmeal cookie. What I do is I'll take 5 packets of instant apple cinnamon oatmeal. That's about 2 cups and maybe a quarter or so. Just like the flour, you kind of want to put in a bit at a time. We'll do the first half here and go ahead and mix that in. Go ahead and make sure all the oatmeal has mixed into the batter. If you have to, scrape down cut into the batter and push the oatmeal in. The first batch, and now we'll put the rest in. Alright, this is going to take a little while, so let me go ahead and get to that, and we'll be back in a bit. So we're well mixed in here now. Go ahead and scrape everything down to the dough ball. Everything off the sides. We are going to cover this and refrigerate it for about an hour to get the butter back stiff. That way we can easily make the dough balls for the cookie or cookies. So get that back to where it was. And we'll go ahead and cover that up. And we'll throw it in the fridge for about an hour. So let me let it sit for an hour in the fridge, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I have the oven preheating to 350. I just pulled the batter out of the fridge. What you want to do is you take a spoon and get about that much set on there, about an inch to an inch and a half apart. These will melt down and reshape themselves as they cook. If you get a little larger, kind of move it out just a little bit further. Like I said, you probably want pecan to walnut size scoops. Don't want them too close because they will end up sticking to each other. Don't worry about squishing them down. And you're going to want to do these in batches. I like to do them probably about 2 or 3 batches here. Really haven't even made a dent in what's in the bowl here. That one needs a little bit more. It's a little too small. There we go. It's okay if they fall apart a little bit. You can always add more to them. Come on. They are sticky. So that's the first batch. What I'm going to do is throw the spoon in the bowl. Still have quite a bit left. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up and throw it back in the fridge. And once we reach 350, I'll throw it in for 10 to 12 minutes. Be back in a bit. Alright, so they got a little close to each other, which is fine. I've got to split them apart with the spatula. But let me go ahead and take them off, put them on the rack. And I'll get the next batch started. These do kind of fall apart when you're trying to get them off, which is fine. Let me get these off and we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so that batch turned out pretty ugly. I'm going to go ahead and put another batch in, this time for a little bit longer. And we'll see how they turn out. So, go ahead and start off with this and line up some cookies, and we'll be back when I'm done cooking those. Alright, this batch definitely came out better. Put them in there for about 14 minutes. And I spread them out a little further so they can spread out. And I'm going to let them set for about a minute or two to cool down and set before I start taking them off the pan. So we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so this batch definitely came out a lot better. Cookies are definitely larger and they're staying together better. So, got another batch coming through with 6 cookies. So they should be done here in just a few moments. And when they're done, I'll let them set and harden or set up, and I'll take pictures. So as usual, please leave a thumbs up if you like the video. If you try to cook any of my recipes, please let me know how they turn out. And until next time, have a great week and a great weekend, and bon appetit.